Multi-exclusive dimensional being Kyle with another exclusive. Today's video is basically about Sun and Libra, which is our actions, Moon and Gemini, which is basically our reflection, our reactions and shit. So basically, when the Moon is in Gemini, it's basically dealing with Mercury, the way we think and communicate, the way we interact with people, places, and things and shit. So today, in today's natures, people, places, and things need to be experiencing and communicating with people today. You feel me? These energies will work best into your favor as far as what you want to manifest in life, and things will basically be fluently. And of course, when you need to find where Mercury is at in your charts, you need to act out on these natures too. But you gotta learn how to like listen to other people, places, and things, opinions and values and shit. Cause you may be a cardinal, you may be a cardinal sign. So basically, for instance, you may be a fire sign. So fire just basically want to be in and out. Feel me? Fire don't like to basically interact too much or basically do this. Fire just basically impulsive. Just get straight to this. Feel me? You may be thinking too fast and boom. Of course. Now, if you got a water sign is more with feelings and emotions. So feel me? If somebody may not be up to par with the way you communicate and with the way they communicate with you, you may not feel the need to basically communicate with them. You might be in your own bubble and shit. So you don't want to also do that. And also when you got this air communication, feel me, thinking communication, feel me. If you a fixed air, feel me. If you're a fixed sign, you may be fixated in your own ways as far as not adapting to people, places, and things. Because you know, Gemini is a mutable sign. Gemini learns how to adapt to people, places, and things, or how to communicate with people, places, and things and shit. Could be moody, feel me. May not show too much feelings and emotions and shit, but you know, that's dealing with the logical perspective and shit. So you know, that's also too when you are if you are a Gemini moon, feel me, try to learn how to express a little bit of emotions and shit. Feel me, you don't really be too logical or too hard and shit. Too, feel me, it may be hard for you not to be able to interact with this thing. People may look at you like a little funny and suspicious, like yo, what the fuck, you don't care about my feelings, type shit. So yeah, you need to be aware of that. When you got the moon in Gemini, things issues with your lungs, your respiratory system, your arms, your hands, your shoulders and shit. Feel me? These may have a little issues during this time, especially if you're working in good favors. Feel me, baby, it could be cool. But if you're overdoing it, these can have issues too. So it's a gift and a curse to everything. So feel me, astrology is key. Feel me? You can be acting you even the government uses astrology on you motherfuckers. Y'all need to wake up. Feel me? You're supposed to use astrology as your bitch. You're not supposed to believe into it and act like these are your signs and shit. No, your spirit basically is in your soul is in your body. Your spirit is basically its own characteristics and ways of doing things. So your rising will basically be your spirit. Your rising is the way you rise above circumstances, situations, your own way of doing things. Whether you adapt to people or mutable with people and shit. So basically, you know, even astrology works the best. And when you want a job interview and shit, to me, being at the moon in Gemini, you learn how to basically talk more, interact with people more. Feel me? Learn how to be more mutable, more adaptable, versus being too stagnated and not to being too open and shit to the point where you might be out there in the street. You might be delivering a package or some shit. Feel me? A customer might come up to you. You might feel like, oh, why the fuck this motherfucker bothering me? Then you might act a little nasty, a little moody. The customer be like, well, damn, I was about to give this motherfucker $20, $40, $50. But being that he acting a little funny and shit, maybe I need to side off that. Maybe I need to hold this money in my motherfucking pocket. So you need to just basically be open to many opportunities. Cause feel me, the universe works in mysterious motherfucking ways. But let's get into these motherfucking energies. Feel me? Because these energies gonna work best for you in the way how you need to go about your day and doing these things. So we got a Mercury opposing Uranus. So basically, you're gonna be over analyzing the way you think and communicate and interact with people, places, and things in your own unique way. You may get into rebellious arguments and fights and shit in these debates may play out. When you got more Mars square Saturn, so it's basically being a little more stable with the way you act, with your actions and shit. Learn how to basically practicalize this and basically have more self ambitions during this time. Mars square Pluto. So this may be dark intentions as far as like power and control issues, as far as you may be thinking having dark actions and shit. The way you think and communicate or interact with people, places, and things for me may be in a dark manner and shit. Depending on what's going on and shit. Depending on like this motherfucking retrograde, these planets going back and forth. For me, you may be acting out on the negative energies. For me, try to like put that towards your passions and not put yourself in a circumstance situation of basically creating enemies. Jupiter sextile Neptune. So it's basically opportunities to be a self-service spiritual teacher during this time, or basically heal others during this time and shit. For me, is needed. People need it. Sun trine moon. So this basically seeing where to basically express our way of actions and commitment towards where we want to manifest and shit. Basically, the sun is your actions, the moon is your reflection. So you're gonna be reflecting much on that. So we got the sun squared Jupiter. This is basically seeing where to learn from private matters and shit, and basically put yourself out there in the public arena. Also, when you got motherfucking moon square Venus, learn how to basically be emotional, passionate, you feel me? And trying how to be more like resourceful this time, and have restrictions as far as where you spend money and basically connect with other people, places, and things. You may not be too open to be too out there and shit, but basically with this fake ass COVID shit, it's having people learning how to like love people in different ways as far as not being too close to them and shit. Try to stay far, 6 feet shit. But you know, it's all fucking people that's fucked up in the head. They really taking this shit to the whole nother extreme, to the point it's gonna fucking dilute them in many ways, shapes, and forms. You're gonna be so naive during this time. Feel me? People may be trying to look out for you. Your ass fucking worrying about some fake ass shit in the air. Don't be a fucking dumbass during this time. Don't give your imagination to the motherfucking news. You better wake the fuck up. Moon sex Chiron. So there's opportunities to basically nurture with others and shit and help other people, places, and things during this time. Jupiter conjunct Pluto. So it's basically expanding our private connections and stability in life as far as where we want to see ourselves and receiving abundance and shit. Saturn conjunct Pluto. So this is basically dealing with limitations and restrictions as far as heavy dark restrictions during this time. They're gonna be closing down people's businesses and shit. There's gonna be a second wave of the COVID shit. Don't feed into that shit. Feel me? Do what you gotta do and make sure you in the right state of being. Feel me? Everything gonna be great. Feel me? This agenda gotta be shut and destroyed. Feel me? You gotta take your motherfucking power back, or these motherfuckers gonna run over you, and Pluto gonna basically work with them and destroy your ass. So you gotta take power and control over your motherfucking life. Real shit. Also, we got motherfucking Sun opposing Mars, so it's basically seeing ways to basically to push through any projects and growth during this time. You may basically put yourself in a circumstance situation and be like, yo, I need to get my shit together, because you're gonna be see other people, places, things manifesting out here and shit. Even when this with this fake ass virus going on, you be like, wait, these motherfuckers still manifesting with the virus going on. Maybe I need to get my shit together. Maybe I need to step it up. Maybe I need to do this and do that. Or you may just basically find ways, basically get right with yourself during this time. So yeah, you need to fucking do that. Also, we got Sun square Pluto, so basically seeing where to channel the right energies as far as self-image during this time. So basically you're seeing where you can self-transform in ways where you need to be more expressive during this time with your actions. Also, we got Sun opposing Chiron, so it's basically discovering wounds and relating this to people, places, and things as far as how I healed from my wounds and shit. And basically I can basically pass this on to you. You can use this and pass this on to others and shit, feel me? And we can all come together as a collective motherfucking conscious. Moon square Neptune, so it's basically learning how to not get caught up into being deceit, because there's a whole lot of deceit going on. Watch what you're paying attention to. Watch who the fuck you believing into. Make sure you believe in yourself, and that's it. That's only it. That's it. That's all. Don't add no other inquiries and shit. Feel me? Believe everything, but don't believe in nothing but yourself. Also, believe everything, but believe in yourself. Remember that shit. Also, we got Venus trine Uranus, so it's basically love natures and feeling free and open-minded. You may not feel the need to basically be in a relationship during this time. You may feel the need to express yourself and communicate and socialize yourself and be more romantic during this time as far as being in a relationship or not being in a relationship. It can go both ways and shit, feel me? This is a trine, so it's an opportunity to interact with other people, places, things, feel me? But don't overindulge with yourself, too. There's restrictions, feel me? There's restrictions, remember that shit. Mars square Jupiter. So it's learning how to have power and control and expand our abilities of wisdom, principles, and moralities during this time, for me. And we need to act more into these nations. Everything will basically be flowing. Alright, so we about to run through these houses where Gemini is gonna be in the houses and how Gemini is gonna affect your signs and your moon signs. Feel me? So when you got Gemini in the first house, you're gonna be thinking of communicating new expressions and new ways to basically deal with your persona. Try not to be too over dominant the way you think and communicate dealing with Aries. Try not to be too over dominant the way you communicate with other people, places, and things. For me, because people may look at you like, yo, wait, you talking too much, you moving too fast. Wait, like I may not go with this plan. And fire like to move around. For me, fire don't like to basically wait around, beat around the bush. Fire like to just get into shit. So other people may not basically be with this shit, so you gotta watch out for that. To learn how to basically be more fluent. For me, this way you won't pass up on opportunities and shit that you can manifest as far as where you want to be seen. If you got a moon in Aries, you're gonna be receiving this right back at you from people, places, and things, rushing into shit. As far as like could be stagnation too. Gemini in the second house, basically, this is basically conversations with assets, finances, and shit. And Gemini, Gemini is a fast moving planet, so basically, Taurus don't like to basically speed things up. It like to take his time and shit, like to grow and nourish during this time. So it may be a little challenging during this time for Tauruses and shit. So try to like, watch watch out for lack of flexibilities and changes during the time. You don't like changes and shit, but basically you gotta get with the program during this time. Feel me? Learn how to be more open and expressive during this time, because you can basically be receiving values from people, places, and things and shit, or other people, places, and things, taking other people's values and self-imagery and possessions into life in ways you wouldn't imagine. So, especially if you got the moon in Taurus, you're gonna be receiving other people, places, and things coming towards you as far as that reflection right back at you. If you got this Gemini in third house, basically security. Basically, third Gemini is basically conversations, surroundings, and locations, dealing with siblings too. Be more compassionate, feel me? Express yourself, express your emotions more, feel me? Try not to be all over the place and shit. Learn how to interact with people, places, things on an intellectual level and shit. Of course, as you do this uniquely, but try not to overindulge, because the energies can be double. So, and if you got a moon in Gemini, people are gonna be coming at you heavy with the way they think and communicate, or try to relate with you and shit, or come in with you with the best of conclusions. If you got Gemini in the fourth house, basically you're gonna be communicating with security, home matters, and family and shit. Try to build strong personalities, which is the way you think and communicate, because your mind may be basically full of a whole lot of shit, feel me? But you may be picking up other people's experiences, other people's feelings, emotions, other people's thoughts and shit. And, Cancers like to communicate with their emotions, not just more logical. So try to have balance in between. And if you got a moon in Cancer, you're gonna be receiving this right back at you. When you got this Gemini in fifth house, basically this personal center stage and basically self-image. Be more or less center stage during this time, Leo, Sun. For me, you don't be basically passing up on opportunities. People may see you like, oh, this motherfucker is just a attention seeker. You don't care about others, so they might try to like pass it. That's fire. Fire like to move. Fire don't. Fire like to be into many things. So especially if you got a moon Leo, you're gonna be receiving this back. Gemini in sixth house, basically distilling the details of order and health in daily working routine. Try to like to be rational minded during this time. Try not to basically overthink, and try to have not too much clutter and shit, because it's also Mercury. This is Gemini and motherfucking Virgo. So if you got a Sun in Virgo, really try not to be too over critical during this time. And basically everything don't need fixing. Have satisfaction in yourself. Everything will be good. And people, places, things that come out with you will help you more. But watch out for people that may deceive you and take advantage of you. Especially if you got a moon in Virgo, you're gonna get this reflection right back. Seventh house, relating to partnership and styles. Learn how to trust your opinions, Libras. Try not to look for other people's opinions and shit. Trust your opinion, feel me? Everything don't need fixing. Try to fix yourself. Moon and Libra, you're gonna be receiving other people, places, things, asking you for opinions. Eighth house, basically animosity, mysteries, and values. Dark thoughts and dark communications and dark humors during this time. Try to be happy, Scorpio Sun, and especially if you want to express yourself and be open to more opportunities and possessions during this time. You don't want to be too dark or too hidden and shit. Especially if you got a moon in Scorpio, you're gonna be receiving this. Ninth house is basically dealing with wisdom, belief, principles, and try to watch out for scattermind in this Sagittarius Sun. And bring more of that shit more groundable. For me, you may be getting too many opportunities and too many interactions and shit, but basically, you might get lost, for me. But you don't want to get lost. You want to basically bring these experiences into existence, and especially if you got a moon in Sagittarius, you're going to be receiving this. Gemini 10th house, career, long-term goals, and self-images. You're going to be thinking, communicating about these things. Try to get a lot of rest. Try to be more practical, and basically watch out for karma, because karma bites your ass, and especially if this is in your 10th house, especially during motherfucking Capricorn, especially if they don't see themselves in the way they want to see themselves as far as others and shit. It may basically depress them and basically put a whole lot of heritage on them and shit. So self-image and self-work and rest and meditation is basically great, especially if you got a moon in Capricorn. You're going to be receiving this information and energy right back. Gemini 11th house, basically dealing with groups, thinking of communication with groups, society, and hopes and dreams. Watch out for your ego, because you may overexpress yourself or overthink and communicate, because this is opposing right now. So you might get into a lot of arguments and shit, a lot of ways of other people looking at you differently and shit. So be aware. You don't want to pass up opportunities, because people, places, things might help you and bond with you, and you may create groups where you can expand and basically help out society and humanity during this time. And last but not least, 12th moon and Aquarius, you're gonna be receiving others coming at you with this. Last but not least, 12th house, basically this is dealing with spiritual communication, new beginnings, and dreams and imaginations come into existence. As far as what you need to do is communicate this, and also watch out for this Gemini Mercury falls here, so Try not to fuck around with the pills. Try not to basically overindulge yourself. Believe in your presence, and everything will be smooth.